Alrighty guys, welcome back. In this particular video, we're going to focus on continuing our backtest and hopefully finishing it up here pretty soon. But real quick, yesterday was election day, and so markets wise, I'm going to show you kind of what I've been looking at. This has been a long anticipated move all the way up to just clear all these highs, which has been phenomenal. I used to have a line here, but I got rid of it. So 4 hour has been very good, hourly good, 20-minute. Market's been very choppy, really no good entries. I was looking at an entry right over this high earlier today, but I was anticipating that we'd get one more push down, and then I don't like the wickiness in the market. Clearly red news because government or elections or whatever. So yeah, kind of just been staying out of the market, waiting for it to stabilize again. Clearly gold took a massive dump. I think it was like 2%, I think I calculated. From the very peak, 5% now, but this morning it was at around 3. And when I last checked it was at like 2. But yeah. Massive dump, which is cool, I guess. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect us in any way. I was looking for longs off of these pushes, or sells in that case, but you guys, since I have the chart flipped, can... Okay, and same thing on here on silver. Kind of gold and silver are mirroring each other. If we look at the daily on NQ, very, very strong pushes. Or this isn't NQ, although it's the same pretty much. YM, so micros, hourly good, 20-minute. Yeah, so once again, here, all along these, I was looking for longs, but no good opportunities. Like, you're just going to take losses if you try to force something like that. But looking at the 4 hour, 4 hours phenomenal on corn futures. There's a massive spike, and so now, no entries for us, right? Market's just kind of going without us. That's okay. Looking at the 10-year T-note futures. I love futures just because of how easy it is to get in and get out, and their regulations, and how it's a centralized market. So a lot of liquidity. Not a whole lot to do here. I was looking for longs, just kind of fell down. And yeah, so that's really it. I don't see anything else on any other asset or anything, but yeah, these have been really nice. It's just, yeah, I had a long setup over this high as soon as this candle closed, but as we started to fail back down, I could actually see this market, let me draw it out, kind of fail back down and then give us a really nice setup, but not today. Probably going to be Asia Open or tomorrow, New York Open, which is great. So now, one thing I actually have been testing, I actually go on Euro USD, just some random pair. And last time we've been focusing a lot on refining our validation candles. So I'm going to go to a time when the market was clean, and I'm going to show you guys something that, I'm still testing, but we're going to test something together. And it's the whole idea of, do you guys remember when we'd have a market coming in, get very choppy, very weird, and then we'd get like a good entry here, right over this high? The variable that I'm particularly focusing on is the choppiness within here and how it looks. And so I'm going to show you guys a few examples so you know what I'm talking about. Let me, even here, like this is a bad example, but it still, you can see it. Very bad market, falling, weak candles. We get our first strength. This would be a valid buy stop over this high. You maybe got tapped into here, maybe. But yeah, this is a valid buy stop for my rules. And then it fails down, right? And the reason is because of the previous context that was built up. This is actually pretty clean. Good buy stop over this high. Good buy stop over this high. But like, potentially here again, this isn't a good example because how low we are in the range, but yet again, it is demonstrating the same thing. First thing, candle strength, first buy stop over this high, low right here, buy stop right here, get taken out. I'm going to search for some more like crystal clear examples for you guys. Okay. Clean. This one's a okay example. This isn't too bad of an example because it did get bought up very cleanly, but this would have been your buy stop, would have probably taken a break even on there. Potential buy stop over this high, that one worked. Yeah, this market is something else with the giant wicks on the 20. Buy stop over this high, that would have been a loss. Yeah, like these are all good examples. What time is it? 1900, like yeah, buy stop over this high, but look at the context before it. Flat, bad candles, first sign of strength. This is different though. Lots of money is trading hands right here. Lots of money is trading hands right here, right? So that's something I wanted to point out, that is what I'm focusing on, right? Oh, this is actually a perfect example, right? We're just kind of chopping. First potential entry over this high. Don't take it. Why? Look at this previous price action. Kind of tells you what's going to happen with price. Looking for another good example. Or like, this one's not bad. I probably would have taken a loss or a break even here. This is another good example. Very good example. Flat money. There's nothing behind the move. Large buying comes in. Generally, back in the day, I'd set up a buy stop right over this high, but look how it happens. You can anticipate that chop to come in, and your first strength candle shouldn't be any sort of validation to get involved in the market at all, especially after a bad condition like that. So let's see here on these longs if we see anything else. Yeah, like here. Let me show you. Bad market condition, very, very bad market condition. Money starts to come in to some extent right around this area. And then my longs would probably wait, and buy stop over this high. First strength candle after a bad market condition, don't take it. So that's how on the last test, I actually avoided taking so many losses. So now we're going to jump up into FX Replay. They actually just came out with a new one. I'm not going to be testing on that today because I haven't messed around with it. However, we are going to continue our backtest. I'll make this a little bit smaller just so we have more real estate to work with. Cool. Don't wait for this to load. Okay, I'll be right back as soon as it finishes a little loading. If I can pause. Okay, let me just pause real quick. Alrighty guys, well, I actually figured out what the problem was, and so now I'm gonna go onto this new FX Replay. I had to create a new account, transfer some of the data over. So if you go into FX Replay, this is actually really cool because they actually updated a lot better than I thought. Cool. Go onto FX Replay, go into your dashboard. This is the new dashboard, which is really nice. I transferred some data over, so we have some statistics here we can look at. And then this is our current backtest that we have been working on, Euro USD. We have 21 days left in the day collection, but like, this is really cool. You have your analytics up here. So we can see how we're doing. You can see what trade it was, what time. Yeah, this is actually really, really awesome. A lot more statistics. Well, the same statistics displayed in different ways. And then this is actually really cool. You can look at it yearly. And then I like to look at risk to reward. So like here we lost 1R. Yeah, just kind of play around with these and see what you're dealing with. Looks like that's all we have. We might be missing some stuff. Like I said, this is still in production and coming out here pretty soon for everyone else. But this is just like the beta version. But you can change by the session. Yeah, I like it. Very, very clean. So now to go into our chart, we just click play over here. Cool. And then you can expand your chart right here. You have your economic calendar. I'm going to turn on the economic calendar to see how accurate it is, but we're going to go Euro, sorry about that. Europe and USD are the two currencies we care about. Cool. So we have our red news here, and it should be displayed on the chart now. So we can close this. Let me just double check. Cool. So maybe if I zoom out, we'll be able to see some news events or under settings. Yeah, they definitely did some pretty cool updates to this. So hopefully it's reflected in our, what is this, a long and a short. Okay, cool. And then I might want to add, let me go look at my real trading view, see what other tools I usually use. I'll use like text and then just like a highlighting pen. We'll throw those on there. A brush and then a path tool. Cool. Making sure all the other shortcuts are the same. I change the color to cool. Very, very awesome. Let's continue this data collection. Expand the chart over here. Okay. Gonna take a little bit of getting used to again, just because we did make some changes. And then real quick, let me throw on my watermark indicator, which shows it's on, but I do not see it anywhere. So interesting. Watermark. So we can make it appear. There we go. So Elite Trading Network. Cool. And then we'll show the symbol info. For the name, we'll do bottom and then right. Is it there? Okay, maybe do a left. Cool. We'll just leave it there. And then we'll do symbol size for top right. We'll do something like that. So that way you guys can see, oh, where'd it go? So sorry about this, you guys. Top. We'll keep that there. And then top right, extra large. Okay, I guess it just doesn't want to work. There it is. Okay, we'll call that good. Let me make it just a little bit brighter for you guys to see. There we go. Okay, so you guys can see what time frame, what asset, and what day I am looking at. So this is actually really awesome. We're gonna jump up to the daily. I totally forgot where we were on this asset, so okay. I'm gonna delete everything and we can continue. So daily, we're starting to fall back down. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour, we're looking for sells here. Hourly. Yeah, we got a beautiful long in there. Turn this on. Gonna wait for a potential valid entry. It's rollover, so I'm gonna wait till 1800. Cool. Anticipatory validation candle. I'm gonna skip it. What time was it? 1800. It's okay. Gonna wait for a new entry. This didn't constitute strong enough buying because if we look at what I was explaining earlier, oh, I hate this color. Okay, something like that. Yeah. Hopefully it updates. Cool. Yeah. So this didn't really constitute very good buying power. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to adjust it to the new tool. Make it a way thicker line too. Cool. There we go. Awesome. So I'm going to restart just to make sure we're all on board again. Daily, falling down pretty bad. 4 hour, in accordance with that. Like overall daily analysis, I need to see these highs get taken out. But in the meantime, we can have our fun with it and we can follow the sells down. It seems like actually we might consider start to reverse here in a little bit. So yeah, we'll give it a little bit of time. But it seems like it might consider, returning. So if we look at the 4 hour, the hourly. So now on the hourly, I'm going to wait for this thing to show me what it wants to do. Okay. In accordance with the 4 hour analysis, hourly 20. Yeah, so now we can start looking for sells. Very wiki, not touching this market. Ooh, hopefully this wasn't red news. It seems like it might have on September 10th. Let me just double check. My FX book, September 10th. Fuck, sorry about that. No red news, so definitely not red news. It's still following our rules though. First strength candle after a shit market condition, not worth following. And notice how that keeps me out. Like that before would have been a really cool entry, but it would have been a loss. Once again, very bad market. The first strength candle is not going to be a valid entry. It's that simple. Coming in on rollover, so I'm going to wait till 1800. Oh, did I set my time zone correctly? Yes, okay. That's very important. Okay, looking at the hourly again. 4 hour, not hourly. We're going to see what the market wants to do here. Looks like 4 hour money is coming in, hourly money is coming in. Too early, too low in the range to, like, this is not a market I want to touch one bit. So I'm just going to simply stay out and wait for money to prove itself. Hang on. Okay. Okay, looking at the 4 hour. Of course, it continues, so that's just telling us what's going to happen. If we don't get a strong reversal now, more likely than not, we're just going to continue falling off, which is good. Good both ways. You know, we're making money regardless. Hourly, yeah. So, 20 minute. Gonna wait for a potential entry here. Waiting for money, strong money to come into this market. Nothing. This would have been a potential anticipatory validation candle. Looking at the time, it's rollover though, so I don't really care. Gonna wait till 1800. There we go. First potential entry strikes over these highs. Looking at the 4 hour. This market looks like it's wanting to fall off a little bit. Although, yeah, like I said, if it doesn't pick up itself right about around these regions, like if it doesn't go sideways and start building up, more likely than not, I could see this market continuing to flush out pretty heavily. So let's see what happens. This is one of the moments where your equity curve is either going to be in drawdown or just falling, you know, off, which is okay. So hourly, 4 hour good, hourly is okay. So 20 minute, we can start looking for our entries. Notice how shit market, first strength candle. Like, and when I mean shit, it's like weird sideways wicks, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like even back here, up, down, giant wicks. It's not something I want to particularly invest in. And what's going to happen more likely than not is we're going to get tapped in as we just would have, and then it's going to flush back out and then give us a nicer setup. There you go. And then waiting for money to come in. And if it doesn't want to, it doesn't want to, and you're still chilling. I may have just skipped my entry. Actually, no. This is at September 12th. I don't think they have news on September 12th. Should be good. We have it at 5:30 and yeah, just 5:30. So we have red news in a little bit, several hours out. I need to figure out a way how to get red news onto here. That's actually really important. Calendar. There used to be a setting to like show it on the chart. There we go. We'll include red news or past news as well. There we go. So now all the news is on the calendar, which is actually really amazing. Hourly 20. Yeah, so we have red news here approaching in 5 hours. Look at this. I'm going to ask you, is this a valid entry for me? And the answer, believe it or not, is going to be yes. Look at how clean price is. Super clean. Super clean. It's not like this. It's not wicks, left, up, down. It's clean price action moving in a specific direction. Strong buying comes in. This is where I want to get involved. Because clearly institutions or composite operators, someone that knows something is buying up a lot of it. So why wouldn't I? Yeah. So I'll set up my buy stop and change up the colors on these two. Oh, that's a sell stop. I gotta swap these out. Cool. Let me change the colors real quick so it matches the theme a little bit. Cool. I like that. So now I'm going to wait for the next 1 minute candle to open. That low seems massive, and our ATR is nowhere to be found. ATR is 0.24. This is the biggest SL I'd consider taking. And if we jump down to the 1 minute, we can see that first price came down and then tapped us in. So this is still a completely valid entry. Oh, this is cool. So we're going to do a current balance, and then we're going to risk 0.8. On live, I risk 0.8, but on evaluations, I risk 0.6, just so you guys know. Cool. I like the integration here. I'm just going to do, I don't really want to journal. I wonder what happens if you journal. Okay, we're just going to do, cool. Looks like the order's in. I'm going to do a complete top down again, just to make sure I am sane on this trade. Yeah, it's not bad. I could actually see this flushing back down and then giving us a new entry given the 20 minutes extended. But that is a variable that we are not currently testing. So I just kind of got to roll with it. Yep, take a loss. Wait for the, yeah, exactly as I said. Now it's hopefully going to give us a better entry. Nope, not touching. Okay, we take our loss there. Four-hour money. Oh, remember what I said earlier? Money doesn't start coming in within these areas. I'm not looking at, or more likely than not, it's going to flush out. Well, look at what started happening, right? So starting to have 4-hour money come in, still at a very unpredictable point though, where we're going to chop for a little bit, which is okay. But 4-hour money is definitely coming in. Looking at the hourly, I'm going to move these down. Yeah, looking at the hourly, some nice money is coming in. Gonna wait for the 4-hour to confirm the money. There we go. Yeah, that's more than enough confirmation for me. Daily's in line, 4 hours in line, 20 a minute. Gonna wait for a new sort of stage one. Okay. Oh, it's okay. This would be your entry buy stop. You're getting another secondary entry buy stop. I probably wouldn't have taken the first one, just given that, well, the same thing we discussed earlier. Bad, poor market, coming into nice market, and that's my entry right there. I think at the time, though, it was an anticipatory validation candle, I believe. Give me just 1 second. Okay, my replay tool was off, so hopefully it should work now. There we go. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like the new integration. It's a little cluttered, like up here at the top, but it is just as good as the other one. So I noticed it's a lot quicker too. So really awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a, 5 minute long right over this high. I'm going to wait for the next 1 minute candle to open. Cool. Something like that. Gonna make this stop a little bit darker. There we go. Just so you guys can see it very clearly, but I'm gonna have to go here in a couple minutes, but it is a-okay. 4-hour 25. Yeah, so this would be like your very, very first entry on your 20. Let me just confirm. Yep. I'd do something like that and then wait for the next 1 minute to open up. 1 minute, your ATR is 14, so this is the most reasonable stop I see would be valid. And I would just swing it just a little bit lower. Current balance, 0.8%. Just save, cool. And wait for us to get tapped in and tapped out. Assuming the 20 minute had closed. Where did the 20 minute close? That's what I'm interested in. Okay. I take one more final loss right over this high. 0.1419. If anything, I'm going to wait for another 1 minute candle, depending on where we close. Yeah, your stop would have to be like over an ATR, 25% over an ATR. Yeah, so take another loss, that's okay. No other entry there. Nice little runner. Cool. It is 8 o'clock. So get the 4 hour, good. Hourly, we are a little extended, but we did undergo whatever sideways action we needed to. 20 minutes clean. So yeah, 5 minute long right over this high. This can actually be very deceiving, so I'm going to get rid of the arrow. I don't want you guys to think that the market's going short or something. Cool. Waiting for a new validation of some sorts. Looking at the 4 hour. Good. Hourly. We're at this weird place in the market where generally you can just expect break-evens and losses, but sometimes you get that nice little runner, which is good. ATR is 0.24, so hopefully we get a new low. Yep, we do. And then this can be your entry buy stop. I hate how it doesn't remember your position size every time, but it's not too bad. Just save. Maybe there's a setting for that. Let me just double check my entry. Yeah, at 8 o'clock, get tapped in, take another loss. 3 losses in a row. Spectacular. Cool. What time is this? 1:20 in the morning. This is another potential, another first potential entry off of this move. Let's look at the 4 hour. Like I said, our overall target is up here, this line that I drew up a while ago. Hourly is good, 20 is good. 5 minute, this is gonna be like your very, very first entry off of this range. Place it a little higher. I'm gonna actually wait for a new 1 minute to be created. So on the open of this new candle is where our low will be. ATR is 0.28. So we actually get to cover it all within one ATR. 0.8. Save. Get tapped in and take a loss. Get ready to move to break even. Don't like this color. Break even right about now. Nothing to manage to. Waiting for a stronger push to manage, otherwise we'll just take that break even. Spectacular. Yeah, we're probably just gonna get taken out here. Nothing to manage to yet. We're up like what, 5R or something. If anything, I'm gonna manage maybe 70% of the position here. The rest is at break even. %. Probably gonna get taken out here. I'll move this just in case it decides to shoot up. 70% to here, which is 4R. Gonna manage a lot more aggressively given the volatility of this market. I really don't want to stay in it too long. Coming in at 3 in the morning, up 6R, and gonna get ready to take off that 70%. So we're gonna close off that 70% of the position. The rest is still at break even. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave the rest at break even here for a little bit. Maybe we survive it. Cool, and we don't. So at least we secured 70% of, what is that, 6R? 70% of 6. We secured 4R. Like that just made up for all the losses we just took. So cool. People need to start thinking that way because it is very, very powerful. Hourly and 20 minute. Gonna wait for money to start coming back in. We just had a strong push, so wait for the market to restabilize. Yes. What time is it? 6:40 in the morning. It might have been red news on Friday 13th. Usually there's red news at 7. Yeah, 6:30 and 7. So fortunately, red news. So we're going to just wait it out. Okay, wait for the market to restabilize, looking at the 4-hour. 4 hours good, hourly is a little bit weak, just waiting for that 20-minute money to come in. Nothing. Oh, okay. Looking at the hourly at this point in time, I'm going to skip back to this candle to see what the hourly looked like. I don't think it's a valid entry for me. I think we're going to be too low in the range. Yeah, we're too low in the range in the hourly, and the 4 hours okay, but 20-minute. So if anything, I'm going to wait for the strength to continue building out, go sideways, and then give me a new setup. Go sideways. There we go. And what time is it? Yeah, 1900, 1940. Perfect. There you go. What time is it? 2100. So 9 p.m. my time, which is perfect. Usually I don't like to trade. Cool. Go on the 4 hour. 4 hours phenomenal. Hourly's phenomenal. 20 minutes phenomenal. 5 minute. Oh, perfection. Long. So 5 minute good. So what I'll do is wait for the next 1 minute candle to open up, and then we can see where our stop will go. Opens up there. ATR is 0.17. We're at 0.15 stop. I'll set that up. Current balance at 0.8%. Save. Cool. Get tapped in. Move to break even. And that's where we're at right now. Probably going to take a break even here, but maybe not. Cool. Well, I'll manage a little bit of the position. It's a little too early to manage. But if anything, if we get one more strong bullish push, I'll do 70% to here. That's good enough. No reason the market should return to this region. I'm actually going to center this on the right. I'll make it just a little bit bigger. Cool. Just so you guys can see that clearly. Nothing to do. Waiting for money to come in. Otherwise, if it fails down, it'll probably take us out. Cool. Gonna be a lot more aggressive with my management. Partialing 70% at 4.47. Cool. Take our partial. 70%. The rest is still at break even, so don't focus on that. I'm not too worried about this. Cool. Going back up to 20 to see where we're at on the market. All still at break even. Whoa. Gonna manage the rest of our, what is that, 30% of our position. And that, guys, is exactly why we partial. There's so much edge to be taken out of this market. Like 70% of our position was taken at 4, and right now we're at 16R. And still going. Still going. Hopefully we get taken out here soon, because I do have to run. Whoa, what is going on in this market? Cool. Take me out now? Cool. The rest of the position was taken out at 15R, my bad. So I'm going to go jump up to the equity curve real quick and see what we just did. And then I'm going to pause, and then I'll be right back. But I just want to see the kind of progress we did, because these last few trades, we took a good amount of losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like one really good winner. I'm going to go into the beta FX and see how that looks on the equity curve. Cool. View summary. And then if you click go to chart, and then here you can go to analytics. This is where the real analytics are at. Yeah, so we went in drawdown for, how many trades were these? Cool. Oh, you can see it by the day too. Yeah, so you can see here, this is actually really, really awesome. We went into, how much drawdown is this? 11.5K, whatever that is. Came back, made a little break-even trade, and then we got this giant winner that made us 44K. So very awesome. I do prefer this chart because it shows a lot better. But yeah, this is absolutely spectacular. We were in break even from the 24th, or no, the 828 to 913. So that's almost, what, 20 something days of drawdown? 5 consecutive losses, and I think that's where we took our 5 consecutive losses. And then if we set our proper time up here, hang on. Sorry, I'm still learning this myself. UTC is going to be -7, -6. Now if we apply these filters, we can see that I do not take trades between rollover. And what happens when I do? Like, maybe don't take trades at 1800. Like, that could be a general rule of thumb. Take trades on Asia Open, New York Open, and for some reason, I think this is where we just caught. No, we've had 5 trades here and they've all been profitable. So 2100 is actually where we just took our trade, and it was a very profitable one. So we go and look at our performance by, I don't want to do initial balance. Why not current balance? Yeah, so 407% on the year so far, and we still have October to do and November to do, and we're not even done with September. So very, very cool. Notice how you're barely getting trades as the months go by. 1 trade, 3 trades. Don't know how I got 3 trades there. 2 trades, like, and then the rest are loss. But notice how this one right here makes up for 1, 2, 3. This one gain of 3 trades makes up for all the losses. Or even this one right here, 2 trades. Even better, this single trade made up for every single loss here. I could have 10 losses of this size of 5,000, and I'd still be break even with 1 single winning trade, just to put it into perspective. So yeah, anyhow, I'm going to pause and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I am back. So we're going to continue this backtest. Let's see if this loads. Otherwise, I might have to go into FX Replay Beta, but it seems like it is working fine. So cool. I'm going to load up the equity curve before and after. I think we were looking at it earlier, but it's nice to just keep tabs of where we have our data. Okay, and we're going to continue looking at the daily, or weekly actually. Going to step all the way up. Forgot why I drew this line, but we'll get rid of it. Yeah, so we got this giant push that we were anticipating all along, especially on the 4-hour is what we were eyeing this entire time, and we're getting those long pushes. We got a really nice trade before I took this little break, so cool. Potential entry here, but I just don't like it, and I'm going to wait for potential retracement and then a new buildup like that. And nothing. There was a potential entry over this high, but it closed and closed below the high. So cool. Getting a new potential entry over this high. Okay, we pushed even higher. I don't like the wickiness of the market. 4 hours good, hourly is good, 20-minute is a little bit wicky. It kind of looks like the current markets right now, actually. If you go and look at like gold and silver, on the 20, I believe. Yeah, this is where we're at. And so if you compare these two market conditions, notice how we came up, baselined, and then just kind of fell down. But my entire anticipation all along was this. And it might come just in a little bit. So I just don't like this market given the wickiness of it. So I'm just going to skip, wait for a new setup. Falls down. So this is where we're at currently on gold. And so I'm just anticipating this strong push to come in. I'm going to give it one more candle. This is an anticipatory validation candle for longs. Depending on where we open next, I might take a long here. Let's see. Yeah, and this wouldn't be a half bad long to take. I'm going to set up my order. 4 hours good, hourly is good, 20-minute is good. It's a little bit too anticipatory, but I think it's a valid long for me. Cool, 0.18. Might even stretch this out to 0.2. ATR stop. Cool. Let's see if we get tapped in. Hopefully we don't. 20-minute is still valid for long. So I'm going to wait for a new low to get created, and then I'll update mine to that low. And it doesn't. So no trade. 20-minute. Gonna wait for new validation here. It is 12:40, so no more trades until 1600. This is one. So rollover starts right about now. Okay, rollover stops. And if we go look at the average data collection down here and we look at profitability per time, notice how we're not very profitable. Oh, let me set the proper time zone too. There we go. Notice how we're not very profitable at around 1800. I've taken a total of 8 trades and all of them have been losses. So that might be something I might start to consider. Just don't trade at that time. Maybe move that time that I do trade to 1900 because it really changes profitability. So I'm going to wait till 1800, which is now. And maybe now you set a new rule that says, actually, I'm going to wait until 1900. 2100 rolls around. This is when we get some of our more profitable trades. And look at what we just get at midnight. Now, notice how it's not the first strength candle that came into this market. It's actually part of this entire move. So it still classifies as a good trade. The only thing I don't like is the wickiness of the candle, but that's not a variable that I use as a no-go, which means just because that happened doesn't mean I'm not going to enter on the market, right? So we might not get an entry here. Perfect. We do not get an entry, which is even better because we might get a better setup like this. We got red news approaching here in 5 hours. We're still in the green. Anticipatory validation candle, good for long, right over these highs. Something about this tells me it's probably going to lose just given the wickiness, but it is part of my rules. So I'm going to wait for the low to be generated. ATR is 3.5. Yeah, so I wouldn't want to increase my ATR anymore. If anything, I'm going to wait for a tighter candle like that. Okay, still nothing. I'm playing it out as if it were a live market. Keep in mind, this is the 5 minute. Cool. Okay, so we have a couple options for a stop loss here or here, or wait for the next candle close. You get many options here, and you have each candle is 5 minutes, so you have an average of like maybe 5 minutes per these 2 candles to choose where you want your stop. My stop right now is 0.37, which falls in line with ATR. It's a little bit big, so I'll set up a limit, see if we get tapped in. Reanalyzing the 4 hour, just look at this. Anything I might want to change? Nah, I prefer these candles. I just want to change the aesthetic a little bit. Okay, cool. 4 hour good, hourly good. 20 minute, yep, that's our validation, and our 5 minute. Assuming that was our price. Yeah, if anything, a couple options you have here. Scrunch this up just a little bit, which doesn't really make a difference. And then I wouldn't personally put a stop loss here, just given the ATR value, which is 3.2. So if anything, I could scrunch this up one more. More likely to get taken out, but you guys know I'm a little more risky of a trader. Cool. Move to break even that quick. Hopefully break even. I think that did definitely constitute a break even. Cool. 20 minute market kind of went. Took a nice little BE on that. We got red news, so not trading any of this, but wait for a reset up because this is my only anticipation right now. Why? Because my anticipation was that over here. It was that over here. Oh, sorry. That here. That. Oh, come on. Guys, I'm sorry. Anticipation was that here. Anticipation was that here. And anticipation was that here. And notice how my anticipation doesn't change. I have a bias, and I'm going to stick to that bias until it's fulfilled or price shows me something different. But I know we're after these highs at one point or another. We have to, because that's what institutional money is telling us. Now, if we start to flop, and then, yeah, your bias can change. You can see that institutional footprints are actually acting against that. Make sure we're still recording. Cool. Yeah, so on the 4 hour, we're still good for long. Now, on the hourly, I'm going to give it a little bit of time to prove itself. This is my overall analysis on the hourly. I'm gonna get rid of these so they're not confusing. That's my analysis on the hourly. Something like this. Cool. Look at the 4 hour. Perfect. Hourly. Perfect. Good for a long. Oh, and anticipatory validation 20-minute candle. What time is it? Yeah, so it's 1900, which is the time we've seen as most profitable. Look at this. Best entry ever. I love it when entries look like this. Quick buying into immediate, or quick selling into immediate buying. ATR is going to be a little bit bigger than, hang on. Yeah, we can get it as low as 1.9, which is still reasonable. Very, very quick and easy for us to take a loss here. So hopefully we get a very strong impulse that buy stops us in. 20-minute is still valid for long. So hopefully money just floods in and takes us out. It's okay. Waiting for new 20-minute money to come in. Looks like we kind of exhausted that move anyway. Coming in on Asia here pretty soon. Gonna redo an analysis on the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hours still reasonable. Hourly, we're a little low in that hourly range. I'm just thinking right now, because the only thing I want to see is this right now. It's the only thing I'm anticipating. Yeah. I'm not touching this for a while. Perfect. Potential entry over this. Let's look at the hourly. Cool. Cool. What time is it? 1:50 in the morning. Hopefully no red news. Let's see where the next candle opens up at. Oh, this is actually perfect. The reason I like entries like these is because that bearishness that just came in gives us that extra confidence that if price does want to buy stop us in, it's going to have to make up for all this extra selling. Like all this extra selling that just got put into the market is going to have to get bought back up. So it gives me that extra confidence that there's going to be some sort of composite operator that's buying up positions like crazy. And if our analysis is right, 25, I'm actually going to increase my SL just a little bit to cover this low, which is going to be almost 1 ATR stop. Get tapped in and get tapped out. Cool, 2 losses. I'm a-okay with that. So now the market's kind of moving without us. Gonna wait for sideways. Very, very volatile. Is there a 5-minute entry over? Yeah, this ATR is 3.1 and this would be 3.3. Yeah, I'm not taking this. I'm gonna wait for some more sideways. Cool, looking at the hourly. Back down to where we were. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good. So now this is anticipation of where I expect the trending market to continue from. Just as it was back here, now it's this. So it's like that idea of active tracking the market where now you're adjusting based on different variables that you were given, aka the new price action. So 4 hour good, hourly good. This can also be a very, very cool fundamental part of a distribution phase playing out, right? If this starts to break down, that is not very good for longs, right? But so far we're good. So 20-minute, yeah. Okay, it's breaking down. If anything, I'm gonna give this market a little, there we go. Notice how our analysis was right all along. It's just, can you get positioned? Our analysis all the way from down here at the bottom, and you guys can go back and rewatch this, was that if we don't start to pick up beneath these lows, we're going to flush out. But if we do, it's going to be powerful. And that's what happened. 4 hour good, hourly good, probably red news, yeah. So now, hopefully we get a very, very big flush back down to these areas, and then we can build back up. Or flush out, whatever it wants to do. But cool. Completely falling off the grid. So now I'm going to replay, or not replay, step back up. Look at the hourly, looking at the 4 hour. Okay, and 2 things you can do here. Follow shorts all around to here, because expectation is that shorts are actually going to take over here for a while, kind of like they did back here. And we scalped a couple shorts here and tried to scalp shorts here, but then it reversed. So yeah, this is a point where I would consider start looking for sells, which is completely acceptable, hourly 20, and that's what I'm going to do. Waiting for sells to come in, and buying comes back in, so never mind. Buying was very strong. Once again, although my short-term bias was sells, they just got disproven. Shows that institutions are still buying up and at very, very good premium pricing. So they're trying to get in as at the best prices possible. Price dips, buy, until there's no more positions to buy, and that just shoots up. 4-hour good, hourly good, 20-minute. Gonna wait for some sideways to get involved in this market. If it wants to run without me, that is a-okay. Cool, and it looks like we're gonna reach our target before we even get positioned once. Very back and forth market, looking at the 4-hour. 4-hour good. What the fuck is going on here? Look at this price action, especially on the hourly. Like, whoop, 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 whoop. But hourly is a little bit low in the range for me. So if anything, I'm gonna wait for a 20-minute delivery and then break back down like that. Break back down like that. And then now we can start looking to get positioned at 18 to 1900. 1800 rolls around, 1900 rolls around, waiting for Asia open. Potential entry over this high, but what did we say? Notice how this is going to be the very first strength candle. This one right here, in this entire chop. So what's going to happen? Probably going to fail. Oh, couldn't have seen that one coming. First strength that comes in. Now, this candle isn't the first strength candle that came in because it was comprised of this move as well. Weak, strong, weak, strong. This is no longer the first strength move out of this entire impulse. 4-hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good, 5-minute long, right over this high. Spectacular. ATR low, we're looking at 0.23, which is actually very tight, but that's okay. We'll find a good stop for it. Cool, 0.2. Probably going to be a loss here. Technically, that's not considered a... Price has to cross it in my broker, and it very clearly... Here, I'll draw a line just to see where it... Okay, this line is at 720, and this is at 720. So my general rule of thumb is even with break-evens too, it has to cross. Because if it taps it, my broker doesn't tap me out. So we'll just count that as that. I don't know if it's going to win or not, but I just like to keep it fair, especially in my data collection. I take it real. I take it real serious. Okay. Hopefully it still taps me out, so it's part of the data, but even then it's like, gotta be fair with it. And this is one of those cases where, I don't know if this is break even yet. Absolutely. So at least we secured a break even. Cool. That way it doesn't add or take away from the edge, because those edge cases can be, sometimes can make or break a system depending on how many times you break even, but cool. Waiting for demand to come in. Cool. First demand validation, not after weakness. Notice how this isn't the first strength handle. Strength came in here, strength came in here, strength came in here. Semi-weak market. If this were the first candle, no, I wouldn't take it, but this candle proved it to me. 4-hour, good. Hourly, good. 20-minute, good. Probably going to take a loss or a break even here, but I already know it's going to happen because we're in this kind of market condition, and I know when my system performs the best. ATR is 2.9, so we could refine some more to around here. 2.7, just a little bit bigger to cover this low. Get tapped in, take a loss. Why am I not surprised? 20-minute, gonna wait for a new sideways action. That was our entry. got tapped out, got tapped out. 4 hour, good. Hourly is just kind of flopping around now. We're still supporting, so I'm going to wait for the hourly to deliver, and then stage 1, perfect. And then I want to see if this is a valid entry. This is a potential valid entry, but I'm not going to take it because we are forming a new validation candle. And it is rollover. Cool, coming in on 1800. Money starts coming back into the market, and hopefully we get some nice longs here. Or sells. Okay, once again, we are in this condition that we were in last time. What's my anticipation? Sells. What's my anticipation? Sells. Even if it's short term, this much RR or this much of a move will secure you 15 plus, or I've gotten up to 30 RR in a single wick on the 4 hour. So yeah, looking at the 4 hour, the hourly, clear selling coming in. We have red news in 6 hours. So maybe we can scalp something short here, but given the time we have, I don't think so. Market's just going to flush out without us. Coming in on red news. So nothing. Waiting an hour after red news. Cool. First potential entry is the first strength candle after shit. So I'm skipping it. Cool. Secondary entry. We got the 4 hour. I just want to double check this is valid. Good. It's a little bit weak on the hourly for sells because what I'd rather be anticipating is longs on here. This would be like a really, really risk entry for me. Just given how lack of bearishness we have right now. There's still plenty of bullishness into this market, and you can see it, right? You can see the battle. So I'm going to take it for data collection purposes. But yeah, sometimes I just prefer to stay out of a market like this. 4 hour, good. Hourly, good. 20 minute, good. Might be anticipatory for 20 minute, but that's okay. Gonna be a sell. Cool, we get tapped in. ATR is 0.25, so we could do like maybe 0.2. .25, so we could do 1.8. We'll do that. Cool, we get tapped in, probably get tapped out. Yep, cool. 20 minute, gonna wait for new validation. It is, oh, I shouldn't even have traded this. Yeah, it's past 11, sorry. My bad. Not part of the data collection anymore. I've done the data collection for market hours already. And so like you can just see it in my indicator here. It's not something you want to trade at all. So I'm gonna wait till 1800. Cool, a little bit of money comes in. And so on one of the other videos, I was actually showing my actual analysis behind why 1800 might not be the best time to start getting interested in this market. And I'll show you right here on the volume indicator. It's very simple. Looking at just general trend, 1800 rolls around, we get a little bit of volume, and then that volume decreases. Okay, come around 1800 again. We get a little bit of volume decreases, and then by 1900, we get this giant volume spike. Generally by 1900, but like not even here. Look. Here, I want to make this a little bigger. 1800 comes around. Low volume spike, falls back down. And then bigger moves begin. And that's what I'm trying to get at. I know it can be a little hard to see down there, but oh, that's cool. All right, so I'm not going to enter on anything here for a while until my indicator says it's ready. Okay. 1900, maybe now it's worth looking at the market. Notice how volume is going to start appearing here in like an hour. Oh, is that volume coming in? I love it. Yeah, this is a market I don't particularly want to touch. If anything, jump down to the hourly and look for other context clues. Cool. We're back in the market for longs. So notice how we shifted bearish here for 1 second, took one loss. Now we're back for bulls. Waiting for bullishness again, fails back down. First potential entry at 8 in the morning, New York. 4 hours a little low, hourly is good, 20 minutes good, 5 minute is good for long. It's a very, very big candle. So ATR is probably going to be huge. Yeah. Hopefully we get a new low created. Cool. 2-4. So we could do maybe like 1-8. Do something like 2-2. Probably going to be a loss here, but that's okay. Yep. Take a loss there. Maybe I shouldn't put my entry so low, but get the 4 hour. 4 hours still supporting the move. Hourly is shit. 20 minute is okay. There's still a valid buy stop over these highs, but I'm gonna another valid buy stop over these highs. What would your entry have looked like? Yeah, your stop would have had to have been here, which isn't very cool. And then what time is it? 8:20. We're still good for longs. Another potential entry over this high. We kind of peak on volume. Oh, so sorry about that. Hopefully still recording. Yeah, so we probably had a very nice peak in volume. What time is this? 9:20. So you just kind of can look at trends like these. Peak in volume at 11, 7:20, 9:20, 7:40. Yeah, there's not much consistency there. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20 minute good, 5 minute good. Let's see if we get any sort of entry. Be along over this high, something like that. With ATR low is 0.51. There we go. Probably going to take another loss, which I'm perfectly okay with. Wait, why did I get tapped in? Oh, yeah. No, that was valid. Okay. Waiting for more money to come in. Phenomenal. Well, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. My bad. Which is still good for longs. 4 hour is good. Hourly is good. 20 minute is good. Notice the difference. Notice, this candle, strength candle, but it's not followed by weakness. It's followed by strength. It's followed by strength. It's followed by strength. And this is all part of the same push. Now, if we're back here and we get a strength candle here, you think I'm going to take it? No, because look at this previous price action. Weak. Versus here, we have waves of price movement. Here it's just like, oh, I'm just going to drizzle down. Major difference. Yeah, so I'm going to take another loss because I want to right here. Coming in at 10 in the morning. Generally, you don't want to continue trading after a few losses. But I think it is a new day, so I'm allowed to take 2 losses a day. Go wait for a new 20-minute validation. This actually was a valid entry. I'm going to replay for you guys. This is actually what happened today on, was it gold? Let me jump back. No, what market was it? I was going to take an entry on some live market. At, I think it was closer to like 7:30 in the morning. Why? Oh, we're in replay. I'm like, what? Yeah. This is where it was at. 9:20. So I was looking at this particular market, and I was going to take a long over this high. Right over this high. But why didn't I? There's a couple reasons, actually. Let me highlight them. Wick. And that was pretty much it. I didn't like whatever the hell this was. I know it's because of the election, and I knew like today was probably going to be a no trade day, just given the election and whatnot. So if I would have taken an entry here, I probably would have gotten a nice little winner. Tapped in there, stop loss here, run it up. But I didn't. And look at this market condition. Where are we at right now? And take a screenshot of that for us. Oh, I can't paste it in here. I'll take one from here and paste it into there then. Okay, I'm gonna highlight it for you guys. Hang on, let me step up to the 20-minute. It'll be better reflected here in this example. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Weird candles to the left of it. Oh my goodness, this is the exact replica. The more I look at it, I'm like, wait. Cool. Guys, do you see that? Can I change the transparency? Guys? So that's my entry right over this high. Let me increase the transparency just a little bit. So this is the one we're looking at on off-fix replay. Look at where my entry's at. This high, weird price action on the left, like weird candles. This is so perfect. Price coming down, pushes up, falls back down, like falls back down. Hang on. I don't think you guys are understanding. Pushes up, falls down, pushes up in some really weird and nasty price action, pushes up in some weird nasty price action, leaves this like weird range here, pushes up with a wick at the top, and then like with some weird chop, leaves some sort of ICI entry. This one hasn't finished formulating, but what am I anticipating? Long. And notice how it's the same thing. Like I'm on a completely different market, but it's all the same stuff. Cool, huh? It's really awesome. So we are going to check out our continuation here. Looking at the 4-hour. Give me just 1 second. Okay, I am back. Just need to check the recording. 4-hour good, hourly good, 20-minute is, it's okay. I'm gonna play it by the minute though. Cool. Yeah, notice how it's still valid entry. This is our not only anticipatory, but validation candle. Good for a long over this high. What time is it? 11? Time of entry would be exactly at 11, so just on our threshold. Waiting for the 1 minute. There we go. So this is what it would look like before you even get tapped in. 20, push, strength before it, clearly strength during. 5, there you go. Now I don't know if this is gonna win, I just know it's gonna buy stop us in. Cool. Please don't be a loss, and it's a loss. 20-minute. Cool. After rollover, gonna wait till 1900 now, ish. Small volume, nothing too crazy, so I'm still not gonna get invested into this. Okay, 1900 rolls around, waiting for stage 1. Asia to open up here pretty soon, but this is also valid entry. We got the 4-hour. And what was our analysis all along? What was it? I drew this line long before. Like even since, I believe last test or at the beginning of this test, I had this highlighted. Huh, interesting. Good, hourly, good. 20. We're quite extended on the hourly, so I could actually see a very, very large retracement here, down to around here, which is okay. Give us more opportunity to get into here, but yeah, there's a long right over this high. I don't think I'm gonna take it. What time is it? It's like, Yeah, I could see this market wanting to retrace here pretty badly. But yeah, that's your entry right there. Break even regardless. On this particular candle, potentially anticipatory validation. We're actually going to go take a look at it at the time of price. Cool. Yeah, you get a secondary entry right over these two highs. 4-hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good. What's the hourly look like again? Hourly. Oh, this is powerful. This is something I haven't discussed yet, but at some point I will. What happened here on the hourly? On the hourly, somebody or some institution, whoever it might have been, composite operator, unloaded a lot of positions, aka taking profits. And what happened immediately after that? Somebody else, some competition, whoever you might want to call it, bought up all those positions and even took it higher than that. What does that lead me to believe? Number one, if it's a big unload of positions like here, leads me to believe that more institutions are probably going to follow suit with that. They're not going to want to be the bag holders, right? They're going to take out at certain levels all throughout this entire move. They have an infinite number of positions, talking theory, because you can't have infinite, but you have so many orders here, institutional stop losses, and this is all to engineer liquidity. This could be to stop people out, to buy up more positions, to sell their position, whatever it could be. They have all these orders everywhere on this chart. So if price reaches up here, an order was placed for them. Whether they were buying, selling, or it's always going to be a mix of both, right? And so what you need to realize is the further this price retraces down, the more orders that are going to be executed in the composite manner to fulfill some given purpose, if you're talking about like market manipulation. Now, markets or operators are smart to know how the markets are going to react to certain things. We don't have the crazy algorithms they do, but what we do have is our brains, which is a lot more powerful than a computer right now, at least. So we set up our buy stop knowing that trend will behave a certain way. I need to get rid of all these crazy lines everywhere. Okay, 0.19. We could even move this just slightly lower. Cool. Probably take a loss here. Yep. Nothing new here. This market just wants to stop me out. What time is it? Cool. So now we're going to delete everything and redo an entire analysis. Known on the hourly, yeah, we're probably going to get a nice retrace here. Cool. Getting that hourly retrace we're anticipating. 4-hour good, hourly, retracing very neatly. Cool. Long over this high. 4-hour good, hourly good, 20-minute, phenomenal. What time is it? 5 in the morning. Hopefully no red news at 6:30. Long right over this high. I think we're at like 8 losses now, even more. Fails back down. Still valid entry. Cool. SL is 0.29. So we could do something like that. Look at the 4-hour. 4-hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good, 5-minute long. Yeah. Falls back down. Let's see if the 20 is still valid. Still valid, but okay. Probably red news. Yep, 6:30 red news. So 20-minute. Gonna wait for a new opportunity. Not taking because we have to wait an hour after red news. And this is no longer a market I want to touch. Okay. Still want to see the continuations through this high because they haven't been broken quite yet. We absorbed them. And guess what happened here? All the supply and whatever hell people did, look at what they did. What do you think is going to happen next? Kaboom. Right? That's where all the selling came from. That's where all the selling came from here. Selling came from here. Right? Unless we get a crazy reversal that I would have never predicted, but no, this is what's going to happen. 4 hour good, hourly good, 20-minute good. Gonna delete everything again. Gonna look for my logs now to take everyone out. Cool, 20-minute. Potential longs over these highs. There you go. Wait for a new. You'd still be in this position depending on where you put your SL, but I'm waiting for money to come in, and it is rollover. So I'll wait till like 1900. Volume starts coming in. Cool. Cool. Falls back down. More selling coming in. Phenomenal. Pop back up. There we go. And lo and behold, look at what's about to happen. Too bad it was red news. We could have capitalized on this right here. Cool. Fall back down. We're just hedging at this point. Cool. Yeah, 4 hour markets I don't touch in this kind of condition. Like, notice the difference. Bloop versus bloop, 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 bloop. You can just see it. Cool. So, yeah, daily is building up to just burst through that high 4 hours as well, 20-minute. So, yeah, we could potentially get a nice scalp on here. Good, hourly, good, 20-minute. Potential long over this high depending on where we close. There you go. And it's not even red news. Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap it up here in a second. Cool. 4 hour, good. A little low in the range, but still valid. Hourly, very clearly higher in the range. 20-minute is good. And then, yeah, that was our entry. Wherever that low was at. 3.8. Yeah, that's within our low too. So we're going to get a nice little runner from this one. Hopefully to the highs and even beyond. Because I could see this as a start to liquidate these highs as well. But we never know. Going to move to BE here in a very quick second. Cool. BE. I believe so. I'm going to laugh if it takes me out and then continues. I'm going to do 70% partial at nowhere yet. 70% at this low. So I'll just draw a line there. 70% at this line. 70% at this line and this line. So updating to there. And notice what just happened. Oh, wait until we get taken out here. Cool. 70% taken off at 5. So that's not a lot. That's 4R, but it'll make up for all those losses. And then on the 20, we're going to step up to the, probably going to get taken out here, but if we get a nice little runner, it's going to be huge. Cool. Nice little runner, maybe. Oh, cool. We secure a 4R. Had the opportunity to leave that 1R running. We're going to update this real quick. We were at 407, and now we are at 395. So minus 10. This shouldn't have happened right here. And this actually made up for that one in particular. Oh, and then this one made for the up the entire month. So I think we're still up on the month. Yeah, but clearly not the best one we've had. I've had better ones. Anyhow, guys, peace out, and I'll be right back.